Community members in Vuwani have vowed not to back down until their grievances over unresolved demarcation issues are dealt with. The residents of Vuwani outside Thohoyandou in Limpopo are continuing with the shutdown of the services. 2 people were killed in Vuwani when a car they were travelling in crashed into a pipe that was being used to barricade a road and burst into flames. Police said a 3rd occupant of the car survived and was rushed to hospital. The shutdown was suspended for the Easter long weekend but resumed yesterday. Government says that the issues can be resolved through democratic processes. Learners went to schools yesterday but left due to safety fears in the area. Community members held a meeting on Sunday following claims that a high court had granted residents permission to gather and discuss demarcation disputes.
This is something which is politically cooked. It doesn't represent also the interest of Vuwani. It was just to appease the people of Malamulele by dragging the people of Vuwani to be part of that particular entity, which they were never part of from the onset, not consulted. And that is the violation of rights within the Constitution of South Africa itself. And we cannot tolerate that. And furthermore, when you look at it, in Vembe they disestablished Mutare, and they are also creating another Mutare. It's the same thing, same dynamics. How is it going to be a success? And so there is no prospect of sustainability within that particular municipality.
8 reporter Tisetso Matsieza joins us live from Vuwani. A very good morning to you, Tisetso. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you give us an update on the situation in Vuwani currently?
Well, as you can see, I'm dressed in the bulletproof vest as well as the helmet. Yesterday, we do know that one of our media colleagues was attacked in the very same area. So we're just trying to be safe. Where we're situated right now, I'm just trying to paint a picture for you. We're situated between 2 hills. So I'm just going to ask my cameraman to just pan on the other side so that you can just see. So the pipes that were that you can see up the hill were pushed allegedly by community members down this very road where we are, and that was the cause of the accident that took place last night, where 2 people were killed in this very torched car. So right now the situation is relatively calm, but we need to be ready for anything because just behind these hills, we can't really see what's happening. So we just wanted to just show you the severity of this initial problem. We spoke to some community members. They said that this has been a recurring problem. So since 2014, this has been ongoing. None of the protests have ever stopped. The residents, some of the community members or the protesters, stay up these hills late at night and throw stones at cars that are driving past here. These pipes that are lined up are actually pushed down this road where we are in Masia, in Vuwani. And the cars that are driving past here hit these cars, and some of these cars actually end up being set alight. So these are some of the cases that are not being reported, but we've heard from also the police that are on site with us right now. There's heavy police presence, and also they've been telling us that they've got such a severe task at hand because some of these cases are not reported. They have to deal with protesters, angry protesters, from the afternoon till the evening. Some of these protesters are uncontrollable, and we know that we spoke to the Pro Mercado spokesperson earlier, demarcation task team spokesperson earlier, Nsovo, who explained to us that the reason why they're doing this is because they don't want to be integrated into the Limpopo 345 municipality. They want to remain under Mercado local municipality. But now the situation is actually getting out of control because schools have been affected, education has been affected, kids can't go to school, some people can't even go to work. So that is basically what is currently happening in Vuwani. You know, we just found out that this has been a recurring problem since 2014. Some of these cases are not reported. We only know of the recent protest that took place yesterday, but this is an ongoing problem in Vuwani.
I'm actually glad to see you well protected, and to hear that there is heavy police presence also. I'm trying to help the media stay safe in reporting the story. Now, you did mention something very important about that the education has been affected by these protests. Do we know if schools are open today, if businesses perhaps are open today? Because when speaking to a police spokesperson earlier on, they mentioned that their job is just to maintain peace and order, but that people can still go to work if they feel safe enough.
Well, look, what I can tell you is that since we drove in this morning, driving around Vuwani, the various villages located within Vuwani, we saw that most of the schools are closed, and the roads have been barricaded, so we can't even get access to the nearest schools that are there. You can imagine how frustrating it is for the parents of these learners, having to see your kid not going to school on a daily basis because of the protests that are taking place in the area. We did see, though, earlier some people from the community, some residents, going to work. Like I mentioned earlier, Vuwani is made out of different sections. It's divided into different villages. So some villages have not been affected as much as the others. So some people from various villages do have access to go to work, but the other villages don't have access. The roads have been barricaded. People can't even go past to catch taxis. You know, they taxis waiting on the main roads, but people cannot make their way to these taxis. So, like I said, it's actually a very volatile situation. It's on and off. People protest from various times until late in the evening. And this is one thing that is making the situation difficult for the police, because you can imagine having to work from these hills. You can't even see who's throwing stones at you or moving the pipes. So this area is actually very volatile, and we need to be safe most of the time.
Well, thank you so much for that update. We do appreciate you bringing us live updates there. That's our reporter, Tisa Matsietsa, who is live from Vuwani.